It's a fun little app though that you communicate with your friends with the use of pictures. It's basically the love child of Instagram and Facebook. Regardless of this, like everything in life, it has problems. And there are issues with everything, especially Snapchat. So, without further ado, these are my opinions on Snapchat's problems. In this vlog I like to call the many problems of Snapchat. It's not the fact that the time limits are either too long or too short. It's the fact that they have them in general. Why do you need a time limit to look at something? Why can't you just press it down, hold it as long as you want, and unhold it and sort it? Then you can just look at it over and over again whenever you want. But also, this adds to a problem where you can only see the message once. Once! I don't know the fact that you can only see the message for a certain amount of time, ranging from 10 seconds to 3 seconds. Seriously, the fuck? Forget that, you can only see the message once. So you have a short amount of time to remember a message, and that's it. And when the time is done, poof, it's gone. You don't get this with Facebook or even text messages. You don't get text from a friend or a girlfriend one morning, have to remember all the important details, and then hours later you have to remember what the message said. That's so counterproductive. I mean, God help you if you got sent a really important snap with loads of very important information, have to remember in exactly 3 seconds, go hours later not thinking about it, to then have to remember what the message said hours later and not remember a single bit of it because you had to remember all that important details in exactly 3 fucking seconds. And you have to do all of this while looking at the snap only once. And by that point, you are 50 different shades of fucked. Don't worry, this is not all going to be about the limits of Snapchat. There's more shit to talk about, but imagine this scenario. You have some really big news to tell someone, and you can only tell them through Snapchat. I know you can text, Facebook, whatever, but let's just say the only method you can use is Snapchat. So, basically you're typing in all the details you need to do, then suddenly, you can't type anymore. And you're only halfway through the sentence. So basically you have to keep things really freaking short. Or just use a text language, or, I don't know, write on a piece of paper and just send that. Why does there need to be a limit on what you can say? What's the point? I mean, most captions can be as long as you want. Have you seen meme generator and motivational posters? Granted, they're only down to 2 sentences, but you can type as much as you want on that. The only other use is that pencil tool, and oh good god, at the worst of times, the writing with the pencil tool looks horrible. If this was art, this would be the equivalent of a man painting a picture with a brush in between his arse cheeks. You get good ones, you get good, funny, and sometimes clever attempts with the pencil tool. But given the fact that we have to write very small letters with our fingers in worst case scenario, it just looks freaking horrible. Now I know what you will all be saying. On the Snapchat story, you can go back and check it. True. Which just adds even more questions on why the hell you can't do it with the private messages. If it's a private message, it's most likely more important details to be telling someone. But why the hell can you only see it once? I mean, with the Snapchat story, you have the time limit, sure, but then you can access it by going through the contacts and finding it again and again and again. So what's the excuse with it not being the case with the private messages? Why? And at this point I'm repeating myself, so let's just move on. But that's not even the most pointless thing about Snapchat. The most pointless thing about Snapchat is that feature where you can show the time and temperature of the location you are currently at. If you try to tell someone what time you are at this location, you have the caption bar. You can just use that. And the temperature feature. What is the point of that? I mean, when has there ever been a moment in history when this happened? And when would you ever need a moment to just tell someone the temperature in a story or a private message? If you complain about how cold your situation is, just say it's cold or it's hot Whatever, you don't need a feature to do that. You already have the caption bar, why do you need this stuff? Well, that's me done for today. If you liked the video, please thumbs up, share and subscribe, and I'm Kenny Colliver and I bid you a good day.